Hit, the first case, released in 2020, follows Vikram Ruduraju, a brilliant yet emotionally scarred police officer in the homicide intervention team. Haunted by a tragic past and suffering from PTSD, Vikram is forced to confront his fears when his girlfriend, Neha, goes missing. But Neha's disappearance isn't an isolated event. Earlier, a young girl named Preeti had also gone missing under mysterious circumstances. As Vikram digs deeper into both cases, he uncovers a chilling connection. Preeti, a teenage girl, vanishes after her car breaks down on the highway. Officers Ibrahim and Rohit begin the initial investigation, but when Neha, Rohit's lab assistant and Vikram's girlfriend, also disappears, things get personal. Vikram, despite being on medical leave, forces his way into the investigation. Using his sharp instincts and unconventional methods, he uncovers clues leading to a sinister web of lies, betrayal, and buried secrets. But it's not just about solving a case. For Vikram, it's about confronting his trauma, regaining control, and saving someone he loves before it's too late. As the investigation progresses, Vikram traces Preeti's last known location and finds a hidden connection to a farmhouse. He uncovers surveillance footage, interrogates suspects, and even confronts his colleague Rohit when things seem suspicious. Eventually, a major lead emerges. The car in which Preeti was last seen had a new set of fingerprints, belonging to Swapna, a forensic expert and close friend of Neha. But why would Swapna, a trusted friend, be involved in such a horrific crime? That's where the final act of Hit takes us, into the real motive, the killer's psyche, and a shocking revelation. So, let's break down the ending. Who killed Preeti, and why did Neha disappear? Here's what happened. It turns out that Swapna, who seemed harmless and composed throughout the film, is the real killer. Her motive? Revenge. Years earlier, Swapna and her boyfriend, Ajay, were in a relationship. But when Swapna became pregnant, Ajay rejected her and walked away. Heartbroken and humiliated, Swapna had a miscarriage. The trauma twisted her mind, and she began harboring resentment, not just toward Ajay, but toward all young couples in love. Enter Preeti. She was in a secret relationship with Ajay's younger brother. When Swapna discovered this, it triggered her buried rage. She believed that by hurting Preeti, she could take revenge on Ajay and symbolically punish young lovers like the ones who betrayed her. Swapna kidnaps and kills Preeti, and when Neha starts suspecting something at the lab, she becomes the next target. But instead of killing her, Swapna keeps Neha hidden to prevent her from exposing the truth. Vikram, through careful deduction, pieces together the psychological profile and evidence that leads him to Swapna's hideout. In a tense confrontation, Swapna breaks down and confesses, revealing the emotional trauma that led her to commit the crimes. Neha is finally rescued, and the case is closed. But the scars left behind run deep. While the criminal plot is central, Hit is also a psychological journey for Vikram. He starts the film as a man paralyzed by anxiety and post-traumatic stress. Flashbacks reveal a horrifying incident from the past involving fire, something that continues to haunt him. Every clue, every dead end, pushes Vikram closer to emotional collapse. But despite the darkness, he chooses to fight back. His love for Neha gives him strength, and his moral compass keeps him grounded. By the end of the film, Vikram isn't just a hero because he solves the case, he's a hero because he overcomes himself. Hit is filled with subtle clues and hidden details that you might have missed. For example, Swapna's obsession with control is reflected in her work at the forensic lab, where precision and perfection are everything. Her descent into madness is hidden beneath her calm exterior. Even Vikram's investigative methods are symbolic. He doesn't rely on brute force or guns. He uses observation, empathy, and psychological insight. That makes the film feel grounded, yet intensely cerebral. The recurring motif of fire, representing trauma and rebirth, plays a big role in Vikram's arc. It symbolizes the pain he carries, but also the purifying force that drives him forward. While Hit, the first case ends on a relatively calm note, with Neha safe and Swapna behind bars, it also leaves the door open. Vikram's commanding officer mentions that this case is only one part of a larger picture. There are more mysteries to come, and Vikram's unique abilities are needed again. This sets the stage for the sequel, Hit, the second case, which explores a new investigation with different characters but continues in the same gritty, methodical tone. Hit, the first case, is not just a crime thriller, it's a character study. It shows us that solving a mystery isn't always about finding who did it, but understanding why they did it. With smart writing, layered characters, and an emotionally complex plot, Hit delivers a satisfying, if haunting, ending. So if you enjoyed the suspense, the mind games, and the final twist, you're not alone. Hit is a standout entry in Indian investigative thrillers, and it's only the beginning. Thanks for watching.